let's go on then, and we're going to take a look. We talked about some guidelines for selecting and narrowing your topics last week. Today we're going to look at steps 2, 3, and 4, and then next week we're going to be talking about steps 5 and 6, and then after you deliver your first speech, then we're going to come back and talk about delivery, or practicing delivery, which is steps 7 and 8. Okay, but for right now, today, we're going to talk about steps 2, 3, and 4, so let's go ahead and talk about determining purpose. And I said you can have two different kinds of purposes. The first one is a general purpose. Now, for those of you in this room, I can direct you to the handout that I gave you, because a lot of this information that I'm going to cover is right on the handout, reducing the need to take a whole bunch of notes. Yay, less notes. We like less notes. And so we said that the general purpose is going to be one of these three things, either to inform, to persuade, or to entertain. Then you're also going to have a specific purpose. And a specific purpose, my definition is a little bit different here than on your handout, is a single infinitive phrase that states precisely what a speaker hopes to accomplish in his or her speech. What's an infinitive phrase? A complete sentence. Okay? So this is kind of like your thesis for your speech. It's what you hope to accomplish with your speech. And then let's take a look at some guidelines or some rules for writing a specific purpose statement. The first one is that you should always begin with these 4 words: to inform my audience. And I want you to say my audience, because when you are speaking to your audience, I want you to take ownership of them. This is your audience. There is a relationship between you as the speaker and your audience, and I want you to acknowledge that when you're writing your purpose. To inform my audience. Okay, you're going to start with those 4 words, unless you're doing persuasive, and then it would be what? To persuade my audience. Number 2, you want to include the number of aspects, reasons, or steps between 2 and 5, and this will be the number of main points in your speech. And you should have between 2 and 5, because that's the easiest way for your audience to make sense of what you're saying and for them to remember it and whatever else. If you have more than 5, then it just gets kind of blurry for them. So you want to have between 2 and 5. You should state the topic of your speech in your specific purpose. And you should include only one main idea for your speech. So rather than having 2 or 3, you want to state what is the overall main idea for your speech in your specific purpose. All right? Let's take a look at some examples. These are some examples of incorrectly written and then correctly written specific purpose statements. So the first one is to tell about volleyball. Well, that's missing all kinds of things, isn't it? It would be better to say to inform my audience of the 4 main skills in volleyball. It would be incorrect to say to inform my audience about the making of making a memory album. What am I missing in that one? The number of steps, right? So to inform my audience of the 5 steps in making a memory album is what we want to say there. It would be incorrect to say to inform my audience about the life of a person. Well, I'm missing 2 things in that. What am I missing? The person, okay? So you're supposed to reveal your topic. You want to reveal your topic. So tell us who the person is. And the other thing I'm missing is the number of steps. Number of steps. So to inform my and I didn't write that correctly when I rewrote that. To inform my audience about the 3 important stages of the life of Oprah Winfrey. Gosh, I apologize for that. I wrote that wrong too. I apologize for the typo. I apologize. Okay. I am. Imagine that. Imagine that I'm human and that I make mistakes. Okay. So to inform my audience about the life of a person, we want to reveal the topic and we should include the number. So it should say to inform my audience about the 3 important stages in the life of Oprah Winfrey. You should buy Levi jeans. Well, that's not even a specific purpose, is it? It's not even close to the format. So it'd be better to say to persuade my audience to buy Levi jeans for 2 reasons. That should be to persuade my audience. I don't think your jeans are going to go out and buy jeans. Thank you very much. It is hard to have a 5-year-old proofread your slides before class, yes. Okay, so the central idea. Any questions on how to write a specific purpose? Let me tell you that you're going to have to do this for every speech that you give from now to the end of the semester. You're going to need to know how to write a specific purpose and a central idea. So it's really important that you get this. So if you have questions as we're going through, you should stop me and ask me, because it's really important that you get this. Your central idea is a brief one-sentence summary of the points in your speech. A one-sentence summary of the points in your speech. Some guidelines for writing a central idea: you should include the number from your specific purpose. You should list out the 2 to 5 specific main points that you will address in your speech, and then you should match the specific purpose both in the number and in the topic. Let's see if I was a little bit more accurate in my creation of our table here. Let's look at some examples for incorrect and correct. The example, the first one, is there are 4 main skills in volleyball. What am I missing there? The skills. I'm supposed to list them out, right? So the 4 main skills in volleyball are passing, setting, spiking, and serving. A memory album makes a great gift. Well, that might be true. That's not a central idea. So we need to list out those steps. The 5 steps in making a memory album are collecting photos, cropping photos, organizing the page, adding stickers and paper, and writing. It would be incorrect to say Oprah Winfrey has made many important contributions during her life. Again, that might be true, but I'm missing the steps again, right? So the 3 important stages in the life of Oprah Winfrey are her early career, her talk show, and her charity work. It would be incorrect to say Levi jeans are the best and so you should buy them. It would be better to say 2 reasons you should buy Levi jeans are their superior fit and superior styling. Any questions about writing a central idea?